From the Daily Wire, Stephen A. Smith is done defending Democrats following January 6 revelations. Sports broadcaster and podcast host Stephen A. Smith said he's done defending Democrats' lies following the revelations of the Inspector General's January 6 report that found that FBI had dozens of informants in D.C., including some inside the Capitol that day. Speaking on the Stephen A. Smith show, the host pointed to the IG report, calling it a bombshell that revealed the FBI had at least 26 informants in D.C. on January 6, 2021, the day of the U.S. Capitol riot, including some who committed offenses, but are not among the hundreds who have been charged with crimes, as previously reported. Quote, I didn't hear anything about that before the election, Smith said. Well, of course you didn't hear anything about that before the election. This report can't come out before the election. What are you, out of your mind? What would that do for Donald Trump? He probably would have won New York. You can't have this come out. Didn't hear anything about this before the election, Smith said. Didn't hear anything about that when the quote unquote insurrection was broached by Vice President Kamala Harris as the Democratic presidential nominee, by President Biden before her, by Democrats in both the House and the Senate. They articulated that President-elect Donald Trump was a danger to democracy and used this January 6th as a profound illuminating bullet point to make this case. Quote, and here we are yet again, adding even more evidence to Donald Trump's claim when he articulated the process is rigged. They are talking about us, but look at what they do, he added. My big issue is that I'm really sick and tired of every time I turn around finding something else that the Democrats have lied about or downplayed or misrepresented along the way. You don't say. You mean to tell me the Democrats have been downplaying this, that they've been misrepresenting things? You know, like Donald Trump is a Russian agent? But now, hold on a second, because this is my question.
Go ahead.
It has never been appropriate for an FBI director in congressional testimony to be weighing in on who is or isn't going to be arrested and who is or isn't going to get charged, which is a prosecutor's decision. If you are suggesting that the violence that at the Capitol on January 6th was part of some operation orchestrated by FBI sources or FBI agents, the answer is no, it was not. And to suggest otherwise is a disservice to our hardworking, dedicated law enforcement professionals.
Well, according to the actual report, we, DOJ, Office of Inspector General, determined that of the 26 confidential human sources who were in D.C. on January 6 in connection with the event on January 6, 4 entered the Capitol during the riot. An additional 13 entered the restricted area around the Capitol, which was a security perimeter established in preparation of the January 6 electoral certification. And 9 neither entered a restricted area nor entered the Capitol or otherwise engaged in illegal activities. So 9 of the 26 are the only ones who didn't commit a crime. So my question to you is, why is Christopher Wray walking around? As director of the FBI, he knew or should have known. We had CHSs there, confidential human sources. They were there. Some of them were in the building. Some of them committed offenses. But when you spoke to Congress, you didn't know about that? Because if you didn't, you're a horrible, horrible director. And if you did know, you lied to Congress. Either way, it's not good. We all know that Stephen A. Smith, let's say that the Democrats start running Stacey Abrams. Why not? You know, she's a stunning woman of color. So they have to run her. Okay, fine. What do you think Stephen A. Smith is going to do? He's going to fall back in line. And he's going to go vote for it. Because let me tell you something. If you are so committed to Democrats that you would vote for a Kamala Harris, you'd vote for anyone as long as they had a D by their name. Sorry. She was the worst of the worst. So my question is, why is not Christopher Wray behind bars right now for lying to Congress? He knew or should have known. This is that two-tier justice system we've been yelling about. And you got to know the reason he left. Because once Kash Patel is in that building, and they're trying to get out ahead of it. That's what this is about. Okay? You didn't hear anything about this during the election, but this is what it's about. It's about getting out ahead of it. All right, that's it for now. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe. And if you're following me on Rumble, please press that follow button. And until the next time, God bless.